We are about to start the webinar in a short while, so if you are hearing me loud and clear, I just want you to do me a small little favor. Do you see that questions box? Alright, I just want you to type in something like, say yes, just so I know that you're there. Alright, sweet. Okay, I'm seeing quite a number of them. Okay, so it's great. Okay, I see that the seats on the webinar are being slowly filled up right about now. So before we begin, I'd just like to introduce you to Bertus. Okay, in case you haven't heard of Bertus just yet, he's a successful online marketer who's been generating a high six-figure annual income purely from the internet. Okay, so if you've been hanging out in the Warrior Forum for quite some time, like especially the WSO or Warrior Special Offer Forums, it's hard to miss out on him. I mean, I buy products on the WSO and I especially source for private label rights, and most of the time I come across his stuff. Okay, so I've been his customer for quite some time. I do not know whether he realized it or not, but at the time I didn't talk to him or communicate with him directly, at least not until now. And just recently I launched the white label fire sale. In fact, it's ending right about today, and he is one of my top affiliates. So this webinar that we're arranging right now is only for my subscribers and my customers. This is kind of special. It's going to be content rich. But why I'm telling you all this is not because I just want to edify him, but rather I want to emphasize that he's got a solid track record of helping others to build a successful online business. You should check out his website, eliteimacademy.com, after the webinar, but more on that later. Okay, I see that more spots are occupied right now, so I feel that we can begin. So without further ado, I'm going to pass this on to Bertus to run the show. In the next hour, he'll reveal his trade secrets to building his own successful online empire. So I hope you have your notes ready, because I have mine ready right here already. Okay, without further ado, I'm going to hand it over to Bertus. So are you ready, Bertus?
Yes, hi there. Thank you very much for the introduction, Edmund. Before I just start from my side, I just want to see if everybody can hear me fine and clearly as well. So just hit me up with a yes or a no or a whatever in the question box, so I can just see if my audio is working and everything is fine. I've got a yes from Bob. I've got the sound is great from James, and I got the yes sir from Rod, and a whole bunch of other yeses. So that's great to hear. Well, so let's get started, because I'm sure you can't wait, and I don't want to drag this out too long, because we've got a tremendous amount of valuable content to go through that I want to cover with you. So the webinars is basically called the secret 12-step system that will take you from $0 newbie to six-figure internet marketer within 1 year. So I'm not only going to reveal my exact 12-step system to you, I'm also going to reveal a ton more. This is not your normal webinar. You've probably been on quite a few webinars before as well. So let me tell you how this webinar is going to be different from any other one that you've recently seen. And I don't want to hype this all up, but this is seriously something that can change everything that you thought you knew about internet marketing. So I want you to take notes. I want you to give me your undivided attention. I don't want you to go send emails, to go chat on Skype, to go check out your friends' Facebook profiles while we're busy here. I want you to pay real attention, because I'm serious when I say this can seriously change a lot for you. This can seriously change your life. And my promise, that's my promise to you, okay? So how will you benefit from this training webinar today? So I guess you can't wait to get started. You want to see what's being covered, what are we going to go into, and what kind of new things will you discover in this webinar. Right, so during this live session, I will reveal all the challenges that you have faced and the internet marketing myths blown away. I'm going to tell you a little bit about myself. I'm going to tell you why you should actually listen to me. And I'm going to tell you a little bit about my story, how I went from where a lot of you are probably right now to a pretty successful marketer who's doing all his work online from home. Okay, just before I go on and show you all the other benefits, I forgot to ask you guys, can you just quickly tell me, while I'm busy going through this, just tell me a little bit how many of you are already making money online, how many are struggling to make money online. Just tell me how much money basically you are making at this stage per month. How much money are you guys making? Just type it in there in the question box and let me know so I can just see what my audience is a bit like so I can get a better idea. Right, so Myra says $0. So I see James saying $0. You saying he's still a newbie. Ralph says 0. So it seems that most of you are probably where myself and Edmund started out as well, and that is at the very beginning. Some of you probably know a little bit about internet marketing, but you aren't really making a lot of money yet. So hopefully after this webinar, a lot of that can change for you, and I'm 100% sure that it will if you take action with what you're going to learn today. Right, so I'm going to tell you a little bit more about myself. Then I'm going to reveal something big. I'm going to reveal the big secret that the so-called gurus don't want you to know. Now that sounds all hypey, but I'm going to tell you exactly what that is, and then you can see if you can agree with me or not on that. Then I'm going to show you the 4-stage cycle that the so-called big boys use to earn 6 or 7 figures. You've probably seen a lot of people with screenshots, how they make 6 or 7 figure incomes online and all those type of things. I'm going to show you the exact 4-stage cycle that most of these guys use to earn that kind of money, okay? I'm going to show you a few case studies. I'm going to show you proof. I'm going to show you a few results of some of my previous students of how, if anybody or everybody can earn this type of money. Okay, so a lot of you are thinking there's some people that's just earning these ridiculous amounts online, and it's impossible for you as a newer market to also earn with those methods. And I'm going to show you how you, doesn't matter where you are with your experience or learning, can also make that kind of money. I'm going to show you why my chosen online model is the best one. I'm going to tell you why other online money-making methods are not and why they're completely rubbish. So wait for that part in the webinar. And then I'm going to come to a very important part of this training. I'm going to lay out my exact 12-step system or game plan to earn a 6-figure income from online marketing. Now, normally I only teach this 12-step system to my most inner circle coaching students, but I'm going to give you the layout of this system absolutely free in this webinar, okay? I'm going to give you some extra proof that anyone will succeed, and even you can, okay? So at the end of this webinar, you are going to see that it's really simple. Anybody can do this. Making a lot of money online is not just for a certain amount of people or a certain kind of person or a certain level of experienced internet marketer. Anybody can do this. And then you want to be here for the special opportunity that will guarantee your success. I'm going to tell you how you can take action with what you have learned during this webinar and make it work for you so that you can be guaranteed of your success. If you have any questions, at all related to this webinar, related to anything that we cover here, you can feel free to post questions in the question box. But if it's not something that's beneficial to the rest of the attendees or directly related to what I'm asking, rather keep your questions for the question answer session at the end, okay? I will stay on for a few minutes longer. I will answer all questions that you have, and then I have a special free bonus if you stay until the end. And this special free bonus that we have, and the special opportunity, is only going to be here for people that attend it live, okay? So make sure you stay with us and that you follow us every step of the way. Right, so let's quickly start with which of these challenges have you faced before? Okay, so these all come from concerns that previous students of mine had. So what I want you guys to do now, and I like interactive type of webinars and trainings like this. You guys made the effort to be alive. So feel free to contribute and tell us what you think and be involved in the process of this webinar as well. Okay? So what you need to do now, every time I tell you something, you just let me know if this is a challenge or a problem that you have faced or are facing now. You can just tell me yes, or you can tell me more about that just quickly so I can see. How many of you have a job or a boss you hate? How many of you have, seriously, have a job or a boss that you just hate? Every day you dread taking the long commute to work, you dread doing the 9 to 5, the boring things over and over again. I see Myra says no job. Hopefully we can give you a new job today. Right, so who's got a job or boss you hate? Looks like everybody here are satisfied with their job. I see James said he hates his job. He hates his boss. Rod says, I like my job, I just want security in case I lose it. Okay, so that's a good concern as well. Who of you are in need of a better lifestyle or a better financial freedom? Okay, so I know a lot of us, I was the same when I still earned a salary and had a boss. Even though you do have a steady income, you always aspire to more. You want a better lifestyle, you want a bigger house, you want to pay off your debts, you don't want to have to worry about money at the end. I think most of us want this and are faced with this problem as well. How many of you tried internet marketing without success? So from the comments that you guys gave me, I heard that there's quite a few new marketers on the webinar tonight. But how many of you have tried some things with internet marketing but didn't have any success yet? How many of you tried affiliate marketing or tried making money with PLR products but you just haven't had success yet? Rolf says yes. Right, so there's quite a few people who have actually researched a bit, tried a few things, but haven't tasted success yet. So I think there's a lot of you that I've found that thinks internet marketing is just too difficult or time consuming. Is that right? And how many of you are burdened by information overload or don't know where to start? Maybe you get a lot of emails promoting products every day. Maybe you buy a lot of products. Maybe you subscribe to a lot of people's lists to get some free information. And now you just don't know where to start. There's so many people just telling you different things. And it's just information overload from one time to the other. How many of you are confused by all these different offers from all these different marketers? Some of us call it shiny object syndrome. So every time you get a new email from somebody telling you, Justin, there's a new plugin on the market today and it's going to make you $1 billion in 2 days. And then you buy it, but you don't really make any money from it. And tomorrow you get the same marketer sending you another email saying, I just discovered this new software that will build your list to 1 billion subscribers in a week, and you're going to make tons of money with it. Every day you get a different offer. You get from the same marketers, from different marketers, and you just don't know who you can trust. You don't know which of those things are working, and you just can't find a system. I see Rob says he's got the same problem. And chances are that a lot of you are just wasting too much money at this stage on junk or stuff that don't work. Now, all of you are customers of Edmund. It's a real quality product that is sold. My subscribers also loved it. It is real quality. But how many of you wasted so much money on junk and promises and stuff that just don't work? Things that you tried out and it just doesn't work and you decide, well, it just was a waste of money. How many of you, seriously now, how many can tick any of these boxes here? Brian says, yes, there's quite a few people. Here's the problem. I think, and it's all caused by this information overload and the shiny object syndrome and wasting all this money. How many of you realize that the problem could be that you don't have a proven, actionable, step-by-step system that you can implement? A lot of these offers that you get bombarded by each day just targets a specific person or a specific part of your learning, but you don't have a whole system that you can implement that works. Peter says he's got tons of offers via Aweber and email. I think many people are struggling with this part. You can't trust anyone. How many of you are having trouble trusting people? Especially all these guru marketers sending you emails and promoting products, and every time they just tell you that you should trust them and you should listen to them and you should buy their product, and it's really hard to know who you can trust and who's not just trying to make money from it. Okay? You are in need of real help and guidance to succeed online, and this is what I try to provide people with. And hopefully by the end of this webinar, I'm not going to tell you trust me. I'm not going to tell you blindly listen to everything I say. The only thing that I ask of you is to bear with me for this webinar, listen to everything that I'm going to share with you, and then you can decide for yourself if this makes sense for you, and you can decide for yourself if you think my system is easy to implement, if my online business model is the right one for you, and if you would be able to make money with it. Okay, so I'm not going to tell you listen to me, trust me. Hopefully by the end of the webinar you will get to know me and my business a little bit better, so that you can maybe also get a system that works for you. Right, so let's quickly tell you my journey to become a six-figure marketer. Now, a lot of people try to use this buzzword six-figure marketer or eight-figure marketer, but basically it's just a way for us to try and reach your goal. So most marketers, after they start to make a few bucks online, they try and make it their main goal to earn at least 100,000 plus US dollars per year online. And that is when you are called a six-figure marketer. But obviously, $100,000 and a $900,000 is a big difference, but you're still a six-figure marketer. Okay, so this is just a buzzword that I'm using, but it's important to know that it's a goal that I achieved a while back and that I'm quite proud of. So let's start with my life story, and then we can see. Right, so first of all, for those of you who don't know, I started off as a primary school teacher in South Africa, and that's where I'm at now. I'm in Cape Town, and I studied to be a school teacher. And here in South Africa, we're not as lucky as teachers in the US or in the UK. Our salaries are pretty low, so it's about maybe $1,000 per month. That's our salary. It's not too bad for many people, but it's really difficult for people like myself to really achieve a lot of your dreams on a salary like that. Okay, so but I start off there. I got my degree, I got my BA degree in education, and then I went overseas to start paying off my loans. Now, obviously, if you just make $1,000 per month, it's impossible to pay off this huge study loan that I had to get from the bank to basically get my degree. So I went overseas where the money was a bit better. I went to Taiwan first, I taught English there, believe it or not, and then I went to the UK and I lived in East London where I taught the English little brats there, some of them very naughty, but I made a bit of better money there, but it was just enough to pay off my loans each month. And then as I started looking for ways to earn more money online, I was bitten by online marketing. Okay, I was just so intrigued by doing things on your computer and earning real money. It was like, it's almost like you think of it's playing an online game, but instead of just making play money, you earn real money. And I saw all these people succeed, and I wanted to make money online as well. But unfortunately, like most people starting off, I had no real success, okay? I made a few dollars here and there. I spent more than I made actually, but I did make a bit of money, and I was bitten by online marketing. I really wanted to ramp this up and make it succeed, and I tried very hard at that. And here you can see is a photo that I took of me in my loft apartment that we lived in England, and we shared the house with 10 people. It wasn't very cozy, but this is a check from ClickBank, and it's my first money basically that I made online. Now, I can't even see the amount on there, but I think it's about $140 that I made. Okay, so it's not a lot, but I was so proud of this that I actually took a picture of this ClickBank check, because at that stage I knew that it was possible. I knew that this wasn't a scam. It is possible to make money. I just had to find a way to ramp up my efforts and make real big money that will actually be worth my efforts online. Right, so I started with a lot of different methods. I researched a lot. I bought a lot of products, probably just like you did as well. So I started off, I created a few AdSense niche sites. I created affiliate review sites. I tried to make money as an Amazon affiliate. I had a bunch of YouTube videos promoting products. I even tried CPA and PPC advertising and basically all different money making techniques. But I wasn't very successful in any of them. That was until I discovered a system that works. And I think it works like that for most people. You try a lot of different things, and just one day you will do something that just gives you that light bulb moment, that just makes everything seem a lot more clear, and you see this is the method to make money online that's working for me. This is a system that I can implement that works. Okay, so I discovered something that worked as well. And this was the turning point in my internet marketing career. So what I did was I started creating my own products. So first I started creating PLR products. I used PLR products. I modified them a bit and sold them as my own creations, just like you are probably doing with your PLR products that you bought from Edmund as well. Okay, and I started making quite a bit of money, but then after that I started creating my own original products. I started reinvesting the bit of money that I made from selling PLR products, and I reinvested it into creating original products of my own. Now my first product was quite a failure basically. Well, failure is a strong word, but I maybe think at 20 or 30 sales in months with my first product, and it took me, I think, 3 months just to create that product. So it was a bit of a failure, but I learned so much from it. And after that, my products just became more and more successful. As I launched more products, my buyers list, my email subscriber list grew with that, as I started doing a list building as well. And the more products I had and the bigger my list grew, exponentially bigger my profits became. And it was at this stage that I started seeing a regular income from my online marketing efforts. Way more than the little bit of money I made from affiliate marketing and from niche sites and AdSense and those things before. So I used to build a huge targeted email list and customer list from launching my own products. And after that, and while doing that, I discovered how to leverage my JV partnerships for massive product launches. So you've probably seen my name around. I launch quite a few products every 2 months or so at least. And my last product launch, I don't know how many of you know or bought it, maybe was called Elite Email Marketing Academy, and I sold over 1,500 units of it and made almost $100,000 with that launch. So these days I have huge product launches, but it all starts in the very beginning. Obviously, it takes a bit of learning to go from year to year. It took me quite a while because I had to do everything from scratch. I had to research everything. I had no mentor, I had no coach, and I made it very, very difficult for myself to get where I'm at today. And where I'm at now, or where I was, I promoted my own products, I promoted PLR price, and even affiliate products to my list. And that's the thing, when I start having a target email list, then I could promote anything to them and make a steady income. So at this stage, I was making a steady income, and that's what I wanted from the beginning. Okay, so at this stage, I made an income that was more or the same than my normal teaching job, and I ramped that up. I made a lot more money than I could for my teaching job. I returned to South Africa. I had a great teaching job here at a very renowned school, but then I fired my boss. I went to my boss and I quit my teaching job. It was a strange story. I actually got a fortune cookie the night before, and I still have this paper from the fortune cookie stuck up against my computer. It says, don't be afraid to take that big step, because success comes from taking calculated risks. So I took that risk. The next day I resigned. I quit my teaching job. And from the next year I went full-time internet marketing. It was very scary, but then I ramped up my efforts and I made 5 and later 10 times more money that I made with it part-time after I scaled it up and obviously had more time for it. And basically that's where I'm at now. So now I have this proven system that I use over and over, that I just rinse and repeat, and I earn a great income from that. And the last thing that I basically did in my career was I decided I want to go back to what I loved about teaching in the first place, and that is to help people. So I decided to become an internet marketing coach as well. So I've been a coach for about a year or so now. I've taught quite a lot of successful students, and that's what makes me the happiest at this stage, okay? Helping people to be successful as well, okay? So I'm still launch products, I still promote products to my list and those type of things, but now I coach other students and also help people like you to become successful. So hopefully this webinar should help you on your way to there as well. Okay, I'm doing what I love. I'm doing internet marketing. I'm also doing teaching, and I don't have any stress about money and those things about anymore. I am just enjoying life. Okay, so there's a picture of mine where we went to Zanzibar, a tropical island, the east coast of South Africa. We love to travel. That's me and my wife now. At I think this was not sure where this was, somewhere in the east where we traveled. We traveled a whole bunch of different places. This is where we went to Europe, and so we like traveling. And what's great about this job is that I can do it from anywhere I want. Even when I go away to places where I travel to, I can still earn money with the systems that I've set up and my business running on autopilot. And that's where you are going to be at the end as well. And it sounds like a huge journey, but you can actually fast track everything that I've done and do it a lot quicker as well. Right, so how many of you want to know the big secret that not many guru marketers want you to know? How many of you? Just want to hear if you're all still awake listening to me. How many of you want me to reveal that big secret that I told you not many people want you to know about? Now please don't go and tell everyone that I told you this, and I'm probably maybe even shooting myself in the foot with this, but I believe in being completely transparent with my own business to my students and my webinar attendees. So I'm going to reveal everything to you today. Okay, so what's this big secret? And maybe some of you know this already. They are not making their money with the techniques they are selling. So you've probably seen a lot of sales videos, you've seen a lot of products that promotes this push button software that makes them a ton of money. And then you see all these screenshots or videos on their accounts that shows them how they made 7-figure online incomes just with their secret software or their secret plugin or their secret method. How many of you have seen these screenshots of these software and think, well, that's just unbelievable. How can those people make those kind of incomes just from a software where you push one button? How many of you knew this? That these guru marketers showing you these huge screenshots are not actually making that money that they show in the screenshot with the particular product that they are promoting. Right, so I see a few of you said that you had a pretty good idea. Well, let me tell you that's absolutely true. And I'm not saying this is all marketers, I'm saying this is most marketers, okay? If you understand how they actually make their money, you can too. How many of you agree with this? If you can understand how these guys, the so-called guru marketers, are making their money instead of the techniques they're selling, then you will be able to make that money too. Quite a few. Let me tell you how the big boys, these 6-figure and 7-figure marketers, earn their money online. They do it as launch marketers. Now, how many of you know what a launch marketer is? Who can tell me what's a launch marketer? Can I ask if there's a replay? There will be a replay, hopefully. We'll see if it records or not. How many of you know what a launch marketer is? Peter says never heard of it. So a launch marketer is basically a marketer that creates products. Sometimes it's not even their own products, and they build a lot of buzz around it and get a ton of affiliates to promote the launch, and they launch it on a specific day at a specific time, and they make hundreds or even thousands of sales in a very short space of time. That's what a launch marketer is. Okay, so most big marketers who launches products that sells over 1,000 copies, they're all launch marketers. Okay, so anybody can be a product creator. You can be a product creator, and you can list your product, but maybe you just sell 5 or 10 copies. And most people that basically sell their own products only make a few sales. But launch marketers know how to properly plan a launch, build buzz around it, and get the right people on board to promote for them, and that's how they make their big money. Right? So you guys are absolutely right. Ryan Dice is a launch marketer as well. Mark, you did right spot on. So let me quickly, so this is the 4-stage cycle, okay, that we mostly use. So first part of the cycle is you research and create a product. So it needs to be a product that is very in demand. It needs to be something that's hot, and it needs to be something with mass interest, meaning a lot of people want to buy or need this product, okay? And then they market and sell this product on a one-page website. Now, I'm sure all of you have seen these one-page websites. We can just call it a sales page, but basically it's just one long page. You scroll down, and the only job of that page is to motivate the reader that they need this product that you advertise and get them to buy it. Okay, so how many of you have seen these sales pages? Every one of you have seen it. Okay, the sales page where you bought Edmund's product or some of my products all mostly come on one page. That's the most effective way to sell a product. Okay, so the researchers create the product, they sell it on this one page, and while they're doing that, they build a huge email subscriber and customer list. So every person that buys your product, they become one of your email subscribers, okay? And then you have them all on your list. You can send emails to them. That means you can promote your own and affiliate products to this subscriber or customer list. And because they already trust you, or they should trust you, they will buy from you. Okay? And it's a complete cycle. So after that, after you launch your first your one product, then you just continue to create a new product, build a lot of buzz around it. So you have a huge launch, sell it on this website again, build the email list even bigger, and promote affiliate products to the list again, and make even more sales. And every time you go through this cycle and have a new launch, and you make more money, and you get more people on your list, and your income grows exponentially. Okay? So how many of you are familiar with this process of making money online? How many of you think this makes sense? So I haven't revealed a lot yet. I'm going to tell you a lot more of exactly how you do this. But does this make sense? You create products, you have a launch, you sell them, you get hundreds or even thousands of sales, all those people on your list, so you can mail them with other offers, make more money, and you continue the cycle. Right? Plenty of money to be made. But does this launch marketing business model work, and can you really earn big money with it? That's the question. Okay, so it makes sense. A few of you said it makes sense, but can you really earn big money with it? That's the question. This webinar is not about making $10 a day with internet marketing. This webinar is teaching you a proven way of making a tremendous amount of money. So is this a quick money-making method, though, that doesn't involve any work? No, it does involve work. And all marketers that try to tell you that they have a push-button software that will make you a lot of money quickly without doing any work, they are liars, okay? It's impossible to do that. The only way to make money is if you work at it, okay? Now, you can make a tremendous amount of money, but it doesn't have to involve a lot of work, but it will involve work, okay? Can you make a ridiculous amount of money in a short space of time? Yes, you can, okay? Now, I don't want to show you a bunch of screenshots or log into my accounts because I don't like bragging, but I know there's a lot of you who is probably sitting there watching this and you're thinking, is this possible? I know this webinar sounds really hypey. Bertus is telling you that it's possible to make this, but is it really possible? So how many of you want to see proof? Just hit me up with a yes or a no, and if you want to, I can probably log into one of my accounts and show you what the possibilities are with this business model. Is there anyone here that wants to see me log into my accounts and show you some proof? Right, no one then. That's great, so I don't have to do that. Maybe I'll show you just a screenshot a little bit later. Here's you've seen it before. I don't want to show you screenshots, so I'm going to show you a screenshot later, but I want to log into my accounts live so you can see this actually possible. Okay, so obviously it varies from day to day. This was my earnings in my one account from my affiliate accounts. This is my things today, but what I want to show you is actually my sales, okay, from my own products. I'm not even talking about sales as an affiliate. Obviously, a big part of my income comes from promoting to my email lists and also my coaching and those type of things, but I am only talking about sales of my products, okay? So this is the date from 1st of May to the 25th of May. Let me just see why. Let's see if I can show you the whole last month's earnings on this. Sometimes my internet is a bit finicky and it doesn't want to load. While this one is loading, Alright, here it is. So you can see I'm at about $15,000 last month just on my own product sales on my JVZoo account. Okay, then I've also got my Warrior Plus account. So these are just affiliate networks where you list your products, where you sell it from. Okay, so you can see a lot of your stats from here. Here's my listings. So you can see these are all the names of some of my products that I launched, and this is the amount of revenue that I made from it. So you can see here's one product that I made $30,000 from, and there's actually upsells where I made, so that's about $40,000 from that. Here's a bunch of smaller products. So this is just, let's just look at for 2012, okay? So I want you to see what you can make in 1 year. So basically this is just during 2012 then. Now remember, I'm not showing this to you saying, listen, this is what you are going to start making in 12 weeks, okay? This is just showing you that it's possible, and it's not coming from somebody who's just making all this up. I know there's a lot of webinars that you've probably seen, or a lot of courses that you've bought of people that's telling you, you can make $1 million from this, but actually in the meantime, it's just a lot of people that haven't even had success themselves. Okay, so just want you to know that it is possible. So this is just in last year, you can see $150,000. Now that's not all net profits, of course, but a big chunk of it is. Okay, and that's just my own sales on these two accounts of mine. I can show you my ClickBank account as well, but there's not too many sales, and I don't want to waste any more of your time. But I just want to show you that it's possible, okay? Now, a lot of you just told me they don't want to see proof from me because they've seen it all before. So what is more important for you? What's probably more important for you is if anybody can do this, people like you as well. Because I think a lot of people are thinking, well, these big guys can do it, but can I do it? Okay, so let me just show you a few of the success stories of some of my previous students. Okay, so this is Kai Lei. He launched his first product after I taught him my system, and he made over $1,600 in his first 2 days, his net profits, and then he ended up making over $10,000 after 2 weeks. And this is his first launch ever. Now, this guy couldn't even speak English properly. He was a complete newbie, no previous experience or skills. So if he could do it, then there's no reason why any of you can't do it, okay? So how many of you know Lucas Cepeda is becoming quite a big marketer now? He launched quite a few products. He was also one of my Elite Internet Marketing Academy students, and he got multiple JVZoo Product of the Day awards after joining my coaching program. So for his first product, he made over $20,000, okay? He sold over 1,000 copies of one of his first products, okay? But the thing is, there's actually a lot of people that are not making this with product launches. There's a lot of people that are failing. Now, how many of you have tried to sell your own product before? How many of you have tried to create your own product and you tried to sell it, but you didn't make it a big success? Are there any of you who tried selling your own products before? This can be PLR products as well. I know some of you are into PLR products. Mark says he doesn't have a product of his own yet. Let me show you quickly. I'm showing you proof of failures, okay? Let me log into this is Warrior Plus account. I'm going to show you all the new launches, okay? No, that's the wrong one. View available offers. So this is a list of all the products in the marketplace today, okay? So this is all the people that launched products today and then yesterday and so forth and so forth. You can see some people sold, this guy sold over 100 products, and you can see some people didn't sell sold less than 10 products. Look at this guy. He launched his product yesterday. he didn't even make 10 sales. I can scroll down to people who launched last week. Look here. Here's 3 guys, didn't even make 10 sales. And chances are these guys worked really, really hard creating their products, okay? And some of them maybe took months or even longer to create their first product. Maybe that's not even their first product. Maybe they created tons of products before. But there's just so many people failing, okay? And I can show you on this one as well. Find products. I get what you're saying, Peter. I get it. Right, so let's just see launch. Let me see who launched products today, okay? So these are all in pre-launch, so they're not making any sales yet. So these are all products that people listed, okay? These are all pre-launch, so they're not launched yet. These people's products launched already. So you can see this guy less than 10, less than 10. This guy did pretty well. It's Mark Helton. He's a pretty big marketer. But so you can see there's some people are making a tremendous amount of sales, okay? And then the big majority of people, look at all these people. All these are products that people listed, okay, in the last week. And most of these people are not making any sales, okay? It's a very small group of people who are making the big sales. And do you know why? What is the big reason for that? What's the big reason for that? Who can tell me? Let me tell you why these are all failing, or most of these product launches fail. It's not because of the quality of the product, okay? It's not about the quality of the product. Here's some of the reasons. The topic isn't hot or in demand enough, or the niche is not profitable. Or this person has no authority in the niche or market yet. They haven't made a name for themselves yet, okay? Or maybe this person doesn't have a unique selling point or an angle, or he didn't position his product correctly. Maybe the sales page is not good enough. Maybe it just doesn't convert very well. You've seen some of the stats I just showed you. Some of those people not making many sales have less than a 1% conversion of their sales page. It means the sales page is not good enough. It's not compelling enough to get people to buy. A lot of people are making some sales, but they don't have a deep sales funnel. Okay, they don't have upsells, they don't have downsells, they don't have a back-end plan to make more profits with every little sale they get. Okay, so that's neat, and a lot of newer marketers don't know how to do this. And then here's a big thing. I think somebody just mentioned it in the questions as well. A lot of people didn't get enough big affiliates to promote their launch. Now, when you launch a product, you need to get a lot of people emailing out your product and promoting your product. And if you can't get that, chance of you making sales of your product is very little. It's very small because you just don't get enough traffic. EPC, Peter, is earnings per click. Okay, so it's the average earning that you get for every visitor that you send to the sales page. Okay, and then here's a big problem. Okay, didn't plan the launch properly. Now that's the difference between a person who creates a product and sells it and a product launcher. Okay, a launch marketer is somebody that knows and have the connections and the system to plan a launch properly, to make it go big and to get a lot of people to promote it. And then there's so many people that don't have a follow-up plan, okay? Even though a lot of these people that I just showed had failed launches, it doesn't mean that their launch is a failure, okay? My first product I launched was a bit of a failure, but I ended up later when I had a bigger list, mailing it again. I did make it profitable. I did make a lot of sales. I'm still actually making a few sales here and there for that product, okay? And then I learned a lot from it, and I was able to find out what I did wrong, and I improved it, okay? So a lot of people don't have this follow-up plan, don't know how to go from a failed launch to a successful one. And a lot of people just give up at this stage, okay? And that's what the sad thing is. There's so much money to be made online as an internet marketer. But a lot of people just give up too quickly because of all the concerns that I addressed previously. Okay, so hopefully I can help a lot of you with this as well. Okay, so this is, why is this showing up again? Ooh, okay, sorry about that. Right, so why is my product launch, list building, affiliate marketing, online business model the best? Okay, so I haven't revealed my complete system yet, but the basic idea is that you're creating products, you're launching them, and you're doing list building for affiliate marketing, and that's basically what the core of my business model is, and the one that I want to tell you more about today. So why is this absolutely the best model that I firmly believe out there? Okay, I'm going to go really quickly through this. There will always be a demand for digital products. Okay, there will always be people who's going to buy it. It's not reliant on Google or Facebook or any of those changes. You know, Google changes the whole time. So if you're selling your own products, you are marketing them directly, or people are marketing for you. Okay, so you don't need Google or Facebook for that. It isn't as difficult, doesn't take as much time as you think. This can work in any country, any language. Doesn't matter how poor the economy is. It's actually better for you if the economy is worse. Okay, so the economy in my country is really crappy right now, and that means I actually make more money because my money comes mostly from the States or from the UK. And remember, every product that you create, doesn't matter how successful it is, it's your asset. It's like one thing that you create once, and then you can sell it and earn money from it for years to come. So my first product I created years and years ago, but I can still make money from it because it's an asset. Okay, so other models cannot make you this amount of money. I mean, how many of you are doing affiliate marketing? How many of you are doing Amazon or AdSense sites? How many of you can make this tremendous amount of money in one day? How many of you can say that another business model online can earn you over $10,000 in a day? Okay, so this is what happens when you big launch a product. You can make a tremendous amount of money in one day. And the thing is, when you launch your own products, you build your own business. You don't build other people's businesses. And because you're launching, you grow your buyers list very fast, okay? And when you have a huge list, it solves the traffic problem. How many of you have tried some form of money making online, but you just couldn't get enough traffic? How many of you have that problem, the traffic problem? This is one problem that almost all marketers have, okay? So if you have your own list, and if it's a responsive list that you got from your previous customers, then you have real push button traffic. If you send out one email to your list, you can get hundreds of visitors to the offer that you're promoting. And that literally goes with the click of a button. Okay, so you never have a problem with traffic anymore. I generate about probably more than 90% of my traffic just from my email subscriber lists. And the thing about this business is it's completely scalable. The more products you create, the more money you make, okay? If you're really hardworking and you do this full time, you can launch a product every month and you make a tremendous amount of money. You can even outsource products. You don't even have to create it yourself. So it's completely scalable, okay? And the other thing is, and this is one of the reasons why I went into this form of marketing, is it's an ethical online business model that provides value. If you create quality products that provide value, then you can sell this with a clean conscience. And unfortunately, a lot of internet marketers, a lot of online money-making methods really are not that ethical, okay? And it's not something that you can be proud of. But as this, you create your own software, you create your own ebooks, and you provide value. You are providing a service to people, okay? Providing that it's not crappy products that you create. Right, so that's the reason why I think this business model is the best. How many of you agree with that business model? How many of you think that is a good business model that one can follow to make a lot of money online. Give me a hell yeah, or a yes, or a yay. Mark says yes. But I've got a hell yes from Peter. I've got a yep, I've got a we'll try it from Ger. Right, so let's see why the other online business model are not the best. So this is probably some of the business models that you're also using. And remember I told you that there's a lot of information overload. A lot of marketers are always telling you that their method is the best. Now I'm not just selling you a method, I'm selling you a whole idea. I'm selling you a whole business model basically. I want to tell you more about this business model and get you to realize that this could be the business model for you to follow, okay? Creating your own product. So, if you're only an affiliate marketer, that's great. You can make money with that. I start off like that. But the thing is, you build other people's business, okay? You make them rich. You want to be on the other side of the fence. You want to get affiliates to promote for you and make you a ton of money and build your business, okay? How many of you know how true this is? If you're an affiliate marketer, you build other people's businesses. If you create your own product, you build your own business. What about these things? Niche sites, AdSense sites, Amazon sites, affiliate sites, all these type of blogs or sites that you have for that needs one thing, and that's traffic. And the only way to get traffic for that to make any decent amount of sales is if you can rank your sites on Google, okay? And to do that, you need to know search engine optimization, SEO. And for those of you who don't know, this is not only difficult, this takes long, it's boring work, it's hard work. A lot of people pay a lot of money to outsource this, okay? So it's really not that quick and easy to make money this way, okay? I don't know how many of you heard of CPA, PPC, PPV. It's all paid advertising and getting money per clicks. That's hard. It requires a lot of testing. It requires a lot of money to invest. You can always do this later when you know more about it, but it's just so difficult getting into it. It's really not worthwhile for any new marketers to pursue. I don't know how many of you know of the solo ads business, where you just build a list just to sell clicks to other people. This can be a great additional income, but you don't provide any value with this. Okay? And it's a very small return on investment, and it's really not very sustainable. If you launch your own products, that's a sustainable business. Okay? Now here's something that a lot of you have probably been exposed to or even tried, and other marketers will probably differ with me, and that's multi-level marketing or network marketing. Now in most cases, this involves you selling an opportunity to make money. And that person buys this opportunity, which is basically just reselling the whole program again. And that person resells the program. It goes on and on and on like that. And sometimes you get paid on multiple levels for it. Now you can make money with this, but you don't provide any value. It's almost just like a Ponzi scheme, okay? So it's never sustainable. Normally the people who get in early, they make some money, and later on everybody knows about this and you stop making money and you just lose money. And the other thing is, you also sit with the traffic problem. Where do you get the traffic from to promote these products? Okay? So those are things that don't work. But how can you be guaranteed of success with this business model and make it impossible to fail? So I'm going to, and this is where we come to the meat of my presentation. I know we've gone almost to an hour. Hopefully we should have this all wrapped up in half an hour. This is not going to be very long, but this is going to be very powerful information that I'm going to share with you, okay? And this is the exact system that I teach my students at the Elite IM Academy, my coaching students, okay? And I teach this to them over a period of 12 weeks, okay? But I'm going to give you the whole layout of this system. So if you have your notebook with you, make some notes with it. It's really easy to just follow this step-by-step system. And I firmly believe that this is the best way to approach it. If you are starting from scratch with no experience as a complete newbie and you want to become a launch marketer. You want to create your own products and profit from that. So let me just get my mind map of the system, and then I can quickly show you. Right, so can all of you read this on the screen, or should I make it a little bit bigger? Right, so let me quickly reveal to you my 12-step system. So first step basically is you need to get started, all right? And that's the most important step. If you don't get started, if you don't take action, it's going to be impossible to make money. Only when you start with this first step, then you can have any chance of making a success of it, okay? So secondly, you need to establish a presence online to build your brand. Now, a lot of you don't have your own website. The first thing you need to do is to create your own website. Now, this can be a blog. This can be your flagship website. You can use this for tips and reviews or whatever you want to do, but you need to have a website with your name attached to it, and not a pen name, your real name, okay? And that is how you're going to start building your brand. And later, when you start getting more traffic and you get more posts to this, traffic will come into the blog and into your site by itself. And then you can monetize it with AdSense or banners and those type of things, okay? So this isn't directly related to product launching or product creation, but this is just so that you can establish a presence online first. So when you start launching your product, people can Google you, they maybe know about you as well, maybe you even got some of your first customers from people reading your blog. So that's where it's very important how to create your first website and how to do it properly, okay? Right, and then let's go research for in-demand profitable niche. So normally first thing you need to do if you want to research for a new product that you're going to create, you need to find a niche that's very in demand, okay? You need to find something that's hot, that people are interested in, and you need to make sure that your niche is profitable, okay? If your niche isn't profitable, then people won't buy it and you won't be able to make money with it. Okay, so you need to find out that it's in demand, that it's profitable, and then you also need to research your competitors' products and find a hot product topic. Okay, find something that works for other people and this will work for you as well. And normally, if you have a brilliant idea of your own, that's great, but most people don't have brilliant ideas. So it's as simple as you just see what other people are doing, what's working for them, because there's no use in reinventing the wheel. So you can simply find a USP, a unique angle, a unique selling point that just teaches your product or does your product in a little bit of a different way, and then it's going to stand out from your competitors and you will be able to turn it into a very hot product idea. Now, how many of you think it's really easy just seeing what other successful people are doing and copying their ideas? Okay, it's completely legal. You just need to find a different angle for it. Okay, and then obviously you need to create your product. Now, when you create your product, you can choose a lot of different formats for it. You can, if you're a good writer, you can write an ebook. You can write an ebook in one day. Okay, I've done it before. A lot of my students have done it. It's really easy if you know what you're writing about. Okay, and you can do it in a video format. You can do a presentation like I'm doing for this webinar and recording it as a, you can do screen capture videos, and you can even, if you don't want to create the product yourself, you can even outsource it. You can outsource a software really easy. Okay, you can just go to places like Odesk and you can just tell the program exactly what you need and they create it for you. And ta-da, you have your own product, okay? But if you create it yourself, you can just research on the internet, do it, so you don't even have to do a lot of it yourself. And this is the kicker, you can use PLR, okay? So if you have PLR on your hard drive now, and all of you should have because you already bought PLR from Edmund, then you should easily be able to use some of that information. You can even copy and paste it and create your own product, okay? Now obviously if you create from scratch, you first plan out the basic outline, you flesh it out, and then you edit it. But more about that later, okay? So at this stage you should have your own product. Depending on what you want to create, you can easily create the product within a week, okay? And the next step is create a sales letter to sell your product. Remember I told you that you need a one-page website with a sales letter to sell your product. So that doesn't have to be difficult. You can simply download an HTML template. Normally I give all my students this for free. You can use swipes, you can use templates, other resources. You can even use PLR products, HTML pages, and simply edit them, okay? You can just change and modify a few things. Normally, I reveal a whole 12-step system normally to my students, which is a formula for writing a sales page, and basically just 12 questions that you need to ask yourself and fill that in, and then you have a sales page. It's not that hard, but you don't even need to do this. You can simply outsource this. You can outsource a sales page for $100, okay? You can find people for thousands of dollars to outsource a sales page too. But when you start out, you don't need to invest a lot, okay? And then you have a sales page. You can improve it later. You can ask your coach if you have a coach for guidance on how to improve the conversions for your sales page. But this is a real important step. A lot of people just create their product and they think, well, that's fine. They've got the product now. They don't have to pay attention to the sales letter. This is the first entry point of your sales funnel. Okay, this is where people are going to see your product first, and this is where they need to be persuaded to buy your product. So you need to be very, very sure that your sales letter converts well. Right, so then you have everything and you're basically almost ready to start planning your launch. So at this stage, normally I suggest people learn how to build a targeted subscriber list and doing email marketing. Okay, so I don't know how many of you are doing list building at this stage. How many of you are doing list building? This is seriously the best advice I can give to any internet marketer. It doesn't matter if you create your own products or not. You need to build a targeted email subscriber list. And to do that, you can simply give away a free product. It can be a PLR product, but it's going to be much more valuable if you give away a part or a section or a chapter or a smaller version of the product that you created, okay? So the reason for this is when you get people to subscribe to your list to receive maybe the first free chapter of your product for free, and you launch your product, then you can easily promote this product to your subscribers, okay? Or you can even offer them your main product as a one-time offer after they subscribe to your list. But the thing is, you need to build a targeted list. So if you want to create a product, let's say you create a product on how to get more traffic to your website, then you want to build a list that's interested in generating traffic as well. So you are going to give away a free product, ebook or PDF or whatever, on how to drive traffic or something related to that, okay? And then it's going to be qualified subscribers that you have on your list. So what are you going to do after that? At this stage, you need to create a deep sales funnel to maximize your profits from this launch. Now, to my students, I normally take a whole week to teach them just this bit, and even though it sounds really simple, it can be very complicated actually, okay? So basically, you just get ideas for possible back-end offers. So if you created an ebook on how to generate traffic, then you will try to get other related products that stack value, okay, to add in your funnel. Now this can be in the form of one-time offers, this can be in the form of an upsell or an extra offer on your download page or whatever you want to have, but you need to have other parts in your product as well. How many of you bought a product and after you bought the product you were presented with an upsell or one-time offer? How many of you have experienced that? How many of you bought a $10 product and at the end of the person's sales funnel you actually ended up buying $100 worth of products from this person? That's the difference between a newer marketer simply selling one ebook and a more experienced marketer selling an ebook that also promotes a software that also promotes a membership site. And at the end of the day, instead of making $10 from your product, you make $100 or even $1,000 from your product, okay? And that's why it's so important to have a deep sales funnel, okay? And a lot of people, when they've got all this, then they will simply list their product on JVZoo or on ClickBank or on Warrior Plus, and they will wait for the sales to come in. But that's where you make a huge mistake. As a launch marketer, you want to drum up a lot of support from affiliates and get a lot of buzz going around your launch. So it's important in step 8 to plan your launch. Now at this stage, your whole product should be finished. It should actually be ready to be sold, but now you need to start planning your launch. Okay, and this is something that's quite comprehensive as well. It's going to be a bit difficult to cover everything that I have for you here. From my students, I will teach this as well. But basically, you choose a launch model. There's different launch models. You choose the best affiliate platform to launch this on. You choose the right price points, the right commission percentage. You decide if you're going to launch this on your own or if you're going to involve a joint venture partner, or even a lot of people getting a joint venture broker. So normally if it's your first product and you have a very original idea for your product, I tell them, listen, partner up with somebody. How many of you have seen people partnering up with other people when they launch products? And you see, this product was actually sold by 2 different people. Why 2 people? How many of you have wondered that? Why do some people sell the product with another partner as well? Remember this, you can launch this within 1 month. This launch planning should take you about 2 weeks, okay? But you can partner up with people and together you can do a lot better affiliate recruitment, okay? Get a lot more affiliates on board, get a lot of more people to promote your product. So if you partner with somebody who's got a lot more contacts, then they also have an incentive to get those contacts to promote your product for you. Then you simply set your launch day. You choose a day, Tuesday, the 1st of August at 11 a.m. and you set it up, your offer in the affiliate networks, and as soon as it goes live, you open it up and you make it available for sale. You put your order button on the sales page, and because all your affiliate partners are already recruited because everyone knows about your launch, they will send you a tremendous amount of traffic on launch day, okay? I've had affiliate partners sending me over 150 or even 200 sales just from one person. So if you just get one of those relationships going where one of these guys can promote your product, then you're going to make a ton of sales. And here's a very important part for that as well. You need to build JV relationships. You need to recruit an army of big affiliates in your niche or market so that they can promote your product when you launch it, okay? And this involves some time, and the easiest way to actually build JV relationships is if you get somebody that's well connected to connect you with the right big affiliates. So if you had a coach, then you can ask your coach to connect you to some of his contacts as well. So normally my students when they launch a product, they ask me, listen, I'm going to launch a product related to Amazon. And I say, listen, I've got 3 or 4 or 5 friends whose contacts I can give you, where I can introduce you to. They have huge lists in the Amazon niche and they can promote for you. Okay, and that's how you get started off. You need somebody to introduce you if you can't build these relationships on your own. And then obviously when you launch your product, and your product hopefully is a huge success after that, and even after you launch, you can still use other traffic techniques. Now we said the main way to earn money as a product launch marketer and the main way to get traffic is to get affiliates to promote your launch, okay? But you can add to this with your own traffic methods, okay? So I use things like Facebook ads. I use, you can use other different traffic methods like video marketing. You can use solo ads. You can use a whole ton of different traffic techniques that I also teach my students. And all of this will be taught to you, but can be researched on your own as well, okay? At the end of the day, it all comes down to what's the best traffic technique for your product. And it all is, you can get free traffic techniques and paid traffic techniques, but this is the important thing, time versus money. So I'd rather use paid traffic techniques because it saves me money, because when I work on it manually, I actually waste money because time is money. So you can outsource all of this or you can generate it manually for it. Okay? And if you get a traffic technique that works for you, you can scale it up for even bigger profits. So you are going to make a lot of money when you launch a product in the first week and so, and after that you're going to use other traffic techniques to drive additional traffic to your sales pages and to your opt-in lists, to build your list even faster and to make even more money. And then the last 2 steps, something that is only if you are becoming a little bit more experienced in this marketing. That is how to analyze and optimize your business for increased profits. Now this is a business, this isn't a money-making method. This is a proper business model that we have here that I'm teaching you, okay? So you need to look at your business from that perspective. You need to see how can you analyze and increase it for more profits, okay? And how can you scale it up? How can you automate it? How can you set up systems for recurring and passive profits? So when I go away on holiday, I'm away for 1 or 2 weeks. Sometimes I don't have my computer with me. So just a few weeks ago, I went on a hunting trip. I was out in the Kalahari, it's a very remote part of South Africa, and I didn't have any mobile signal or internet access. But my business still ran, and I came back and I still made, I don't know how many dollars in that week. Okay, my business didn't suffer because of it, because I automate a lot of my business tasks. I have systems in place so that I can make recurring and passive profits with it. But that you only have to worry about later. Right, so that is basically the 12-step system. You can make a note of it. If you do the one and then move on to the other one, and then that is how you are going to create a product and create a sales funnel and plan your launch, build your relationships and launch your product. Now obviously we don't have enough time to go in all the details of this, but what I want to do is I want to show you how anybody can use this system. Okay, so Wabati, he's one of my students. He made over $3,000 a mailing to his buyers list. Okay, this is just extra money he made with one email promotion. Okay, and maybe you've also seen him. He got Warrior Plus WSO of the day with one of his launches as well. And I can probably show you a ton of more. This is Micah Medina. He earned over $6,000 with his first launch. Now anybody can do this. So before, this is Lucas Cepeda again. You can see how much money he earned. This is Barry. This guy is so good. He earned over $800 promoting one of my products just because he has a super responsive list. He launched one product, he made a ton of sales with it, and then he had an email list that's so responsive that he was able to earn $800 in affiliate commissions in just a few days, okay? So this is just normal people just like you who are earning with this. Now, who of you, if you listened to me now for over an hour, you looked at my system that I laid out for you, how many of you think that that sounds like a good system? How many of you think that sounds like an actionable plan to make a very good income online? Bob says absolutely. Carol says good plan. Peter says I'd better, I'm broke. But so hopefully this will help you, okay? Now anyone can succeed with this. The only question that I have for you guys and that you have to worry about at this stage is how badly you want. Now how badly do you want to succeed as a product launch marketer and make money with your own products? And this is why a lot of people are just not making money. They're just looking into all these methods. They're not taking action with it. They don't really want it. If you want to make money, if you want to become a six-figure marketer within 1 year, if you want all of this just as much as you want to breathe, then you will be successful, okay? Then you will be successful. Now, why do you need to finally overcome any obstacles and succeed? Look at this quickly. If you had a 100% proven, easy to copy, step-by-step system and game plan, if you had actionable training starting from the very fundamentals for newer marketers, that leaves no gaps. If you had one-on-one guidance and coaching from a qualified teacher that you can trust, if you had all the tools, software, templates, copy and paste swipes and resources to fast-track your progress, and if you had a leader in this industry that can connect you with the right people, the right partners who can promote your products for you, if you had all of this, and you also had a community of peers that you can build relationships with, that you can build partnerships with, that can hold you accountable and help you succeed. It's really hard doing this on your own, okay? It's really hard doing it on your own. But if you had all this support from a mentor, from a person who you can trust, and you also had a community of people who are going through the same thing with you, who can help you, who can hold you accountable, do you think you would be able to succeed if all of you had this? Who can give me a yell yeah if you believe if you had all of this, you will be able to succeed with the business model that I just showed you today? There's quite a few people saying, hell yeah, anybody can do this. So are you ready to take the next step? Now, old habits die hard. Okay, so I've just shown you exactly what you need to do to make money. I showed you how all the big six-figure and seven-figure marketers are making money online. And you agreed with me that anybody can do this. I showed you screenshots of my older students that shows you that anybody can do this. But the thing is, old habits die hard. It's hard to take action and change your life. So if I ended this webinar right now, we're already over the time. If I ended this webinar right now, how many of you would change your habits? How many of you would stop looking at all the different offers for marketers? How many of you will stop doing all those things that I said is the wrong way of doing things? How many of you will actually change your habits and start following a system that works? Right? How many of you? Now, I already gave you a lot of information. The thing is, you can probably get a lot of information like building your list, like creating your products. You can get all of that information for cheap, or you can get it if you research for free, and you can do that. But a lot of you need something more than information, and this is what I have found from a lot of my students as well. Okay? Do you need more than just information alone? Are you one of those people that can just read an ebook and start making money, or do you need something more to actually help you to make money with that? What more do you need? Maybe you need tools to make that information work. Maybe you need accountability. Maybe you need one-on-one coaching. Maybe you need somebody like me in your ear, being in your case the next 12 weeks, to make sure that you make a true lasting change. Make sure that you follow the system. Make sure that you are being held accountable, and making sure that you are guaranteed of success. Okay? Now, there's a saying that I've heard, and this is so very, very true. And I always tell my students this: people are very good at two things. And maybe you've heard this before as well. Two things that you're very, very good at. All people. The one is, some people are good at making money. Other people making excuses. Okay? People are good at these two things: making money or making excuses. Now, unfortunately, these are mutually exclusive. That means you can't be good at both. You get some people that's just making excuses like, I don't have enough time, or it's too difficult, or I don't have enough money to invest, or I don't have enough time, or whatever. And then there's other people that's saying no excuses, only success, and those are the people that's actually succeeding at the end of the day online, right? And anybody can stop making excuses and start making money online. Right? So you need to choose. Which one do you want to be? Tell me, how many of you want to be the person making excuses the whole time? Or how many of you want to start living your dream, make more money, and be successful with what I've already told you? Okay? So let me help you to guarantee your success. I told you, I've given you a lot of information. I've told you everything what my teaching, my coaching is all about, and what this method is all about that I teach to my students. Now you can take all that information, you can try to make it work yourself, or you can let me personally coach you and guarantee your success, like I've done for so many of my other students. Now, unfortunately, I only take in a certain type of person, only people that I know will be successful with it. Now, I'm sure so many of you are interested in what exactly you get. Now, I already told you my 12-step formula. Each one of those steps basically involve 1 week of training that I have, but there's just so more that you will get if you are accepted into my Elite Internet Marketing Academy today. So let me quickly run through this all of you for you, okay? So what you will get if you sign up and are accepted today, you will get one-on-one contact time from me, one-on-one coaching for me. This is on Skype or email if you want, and this is for at least 3 months. Normally I just drag it off. My students still hit me up months or even years after this, and I still respond to them. So if you know anything about getting personal time from a marketer like myself, you will know that this is worth much more than this. Just this personal contact time. That means it doesn't matter where you're struggling, what you want to know. I'm on my Skype the whole day. You can just hit me up and we can chat on Skype for as long as you want. You get infinite access to me for these 3 months, which at its own, I can just stop here, and I'm sure this will already help you to be successful. How many of you think you will be successful if you had somebody like me that can personally help you, that can be your mentor, that can coach you, and that will always be there if you have any questions or hit any obstacles at all? How many of you think you can be successful if you only had this? Then, of course, the core of my membership is lifelong membership to my complete Elite IM Academy coaching program. And this gets you instant access to my 12 weeks of video coaching. Each week is one of those modules that I showed you on the mind map. And each week has a ton of videos with software, with homework reports, all those things, over 35 hours of content that you can go through 12 weeks. And I'm not drip feeding this like many other marketers do. You get instant access to everything. So it doesn't matter if you're a newbie, if you're an experienced marketer, you will still get access to everything and you can work according to your own pace for this. Now, to make sure that you succeed and that you actually take action with this isn't just some boring info that I share with you on these videos. This is proper coaching. I tell you, first do this, then do that, okay? I teach you all the theory and I make it real action orientated. So I have workbooks, I have cheat sheets, and I also have homework assignments that you need to fill in, that you need to send over to me, that I can check for you to make sure that you're following the program, that you're meeting your goals, and that you're doing it right. And if you have any problems with that, then you can just ask me and I will help you. Then a huge pro of this, you also get live group coaching and webinar sessions. Okay, all my webinars that I do for my coaching students, where I do group coaching, maybe the one day it's on finding a hard niche for the product, maybe the next day it's on creating a sales letter that converts. Different live group coaching webinars, just like the one that you are on now, but just pure content where you can ask questions. And also video on demand. Now, I already have videos that covers any basic topic, and it all builds on each other. But if there's something that you find that I haven't covered, you can just hit me up and I can create a video for you, okay? And here's something that's of priceless value to all of you. Now, even I know some of you maybe will be able to create the product yourself, even if I don't give you any help on creating that product. But the problem is getting affiliates to promote for you. Okay, that's the only way that you can really make 1,000 or more sales per product. If you have a lot of big JV contacts, and that's where I come in. I'm connected with all the big guys in the foreign market industry, and I can connect you with these guys. I can even help you to partner up with these guys, and I can promote for you. I can even promote the products that you launch so that I can make you a ton of sales as well. I easily send 100 plus sales for some of the promotions that I do. Okay, for some of those of you who have seen Insta Member, which is a huge product that launched a while back, just last week I think, I am second on the leaderboard for that, okay, because I can send a tremendous amount of sales. So just this one part, even if you don't go through any of my other teachings, if you have a quality product, I can connect you with my big JV contacts and I can even promote for you, and that's of very, very big value, okay? And then I said it's best if you learn with your students and if you hold each other accountable, and that is where our private mastermind Skype rooms come in. I have a private mastermind Skype room where all of us share our ideas, help each other out, and I also have a list building room that helps you to build your list and where you can get an infinite amount of cheap traffic. That's where all my, if you want paid traffic, that's where you're going to get it for cheap. My private list building room that I have on Skype for you, okay? So there's also a forum on my membership site where you can build partnerships, where you can get some great free tools and those type of things. And then I also have my Inner Circle JV Facebook group. Now on this Facebook group, I have 100 plus big marketers. And if I accept you into this group, you are going to get access to the contact details of all of my biggest partners. And you can even promote your launch on this site. So all these huge big affiliates will see your launch coming up for your product, and a lot of them will jump on board and promote your product so that you can make a ton of sales with that, okay? Then I don't stop there. I don't just give you the info. I don't just show you how to make money with it. I don't just coach you personally on this. I even share my personal software, tools, templates, plugins that I've created with you as well. As if you're one of my Inner Circle Elite IM Academy members, I normally give all my upcoming products for free to these members of mine. Okay, so this is also of priceless value. Okay, and this is really going to skyrocket and fast track your learning, because you don't have to create a lot of graphics yourself. You don't need to create a lot of sales pages yourself. I have a lot of templates for you that you just fill in the blanks, and that will fast track your site. And then I've got a huge bonus just for you because you're on this webinar. I don't always do this, but you will have lifelong access to my PLR membership site. I've got a PLR membership site that I update every week with new PLR products that you can use to build your list, that you can rebrand and make your own products from. And I even have a lot of expert training on how to rebrand your products and how to profit from PLR. And that's a monthly membership site, but you get lifelong access to it. So you can see this is a tremendous amount of value. And all of the priceless extras are not even included in this amount. So how many of you think that you will be able to succeed if you had all of this? How many of you think you will succeed if you had all of that? Right, I've got a few yeses. If you had all of this, it's impossible for you to fail. You've got all this step-by-step video coaching teaching you my exact method and my whole system from the very fundamentals, and it builds on each other so that everything gets revealed. There's not going to be any part where you're going to go and see something is missing or there's a gap in your learning, because this is so comprehensive. And even if there is, you've got one-on-one contact time with me, okay? So normally this, you're probably wondering, we've got way over time, but you're probably wondering, what am I going to charge you for all of this? Now, it's over $5,000 worth, and I don't know how many of you have seen other coaching programs like this that involves one-on-one access time, but normally this costs easily over $5,000, over $10,000 in some cases as well. I belong to a lot of coaching groups of some of my partners, and other guys that you've probably come across offer a lot less than this for a lot more than this. So my normal price is $1,997. So this is a real steal at this price, and this is a once-off price that I normally ask my students for everything that you see here, including the one-on-one access time. Remember, there's no monthly fees. This is once-off investment to build a long-term ethical business of your own. Now, how many of you think that this price would be a fair price? How many of you think that this would be a fair price for everything that I'm offering you? Peter says yes. Me, myself, and I. How many of you think this would be a fair price? Peter, I'm going to see about that PayPal that you talk about in a moment. This is a fair price, but because you guys are on this webinar, I told Edmund I will give you guys something that I've never done before, and that's a price that's not even half that, but even lower. So your investment today, if you're really quick, is $797. It's a once-off investment, only $797, but it's only for 5 students. Okay, we have quite a few people on this webinar. I am only letting 5 people in, and then I'm closing the doors of this opportunity, and I don't know when I'm going to reopen it. Also, it starts at $797, but the price is going to go up by $10 every sale. So if there's a few of you who's going to grab this now, the person that's in first, you will obviously pay the lowest amount for that, and after that the price will go up every one sale $10. Right? So what you need to do right now is you need to go to this link that I have here. I will copy it in the chat box for you as well. It's at bertusengelbracht.com/go/apply, but you won't land on a sales page with that. You are going to first need to fill in a questionnaire that lets my system, myself, determine if you are a good fit for this program. We don't just let anybody in. I only let in people that I think is a good fit for this program, that I know I can work with, and that I know I can guarantee success of it. Okay? And I have a guaranteed success. If you are not happy with the tremendous amount of value that you get, within 7 days, you can just send me an email. I will refund your price for you. And if you go through all this training, even after 3 months, and you can still, you launched the product, you followed all my coaching, and you still don't make your investment back at least 3 times over, then I will make sure that you get it. I will promote your product for you, or I will send the cash to you personally, but you are not going to lose out on this one. It's impossible for you not to make your investment back so many times over. Now, you already saw that some of my students have made over $10,000 with their first product launch in 12 weeks, and you can be at that same stage or even more in 12 weeks from now. So go to this link right now before it's all sold out. This will only be available for a little while, and then it's going to be gone forever. Okay? Let me just get the link for you where you need to apply. I'm going to put it into the chat box for you. Just look in the chat box and you should see my link over there. And just fill in the questionnaire, and after the questionnaire you should be, if you were accepted, directed to the order page where you can order this. Now remember, I will send out a replay to this tomorrow this time if you're registered for the webinar, but at that stage I cannot guarantee you that these 5 spots will be left. I only take in a limited amount of students so that I can dedicate more time to these students and make sure that they succeed. So if you have a problem with the order process, please submit a support ticket to me. You will see there's my support. Contact details is on the sales page that you get access to after this one. Just submit a support detail there. Let me also give me your Skype. If you have problems ordering, you can add me on Skype. My Skype is Bertus ENG, or you can just search my name, Bertus Engelbrecht, but there's my Skype in the chat box as well. So if you had any problems, you can just contact me there, or contact my support desk, and I will get you and try to figure out how I can help you so that you can get started with your training. Okay? So this is where you need to go right now. Right, so I've got somewhere I need to be in a few minutes. I just unfortunately have a few minutes left. If anybody has any questions, please let me know the questions. If you have any more concerns, what is it that you want to know? Let me quickly answer and address any concerns that you have. So Peter, you said Peter, just contact me personally about your question. Add me on Skype if you want to chat, Bertus ENG, and we can chat there. Are there any other questions of anybody about this? Right, so it seems that there's no more questions. So I want to thank everybody for attending this webinar. I want to thank everybody for being so attentive and listening to me during this whole webinar. And I hope you have taken away, even if it's just one light bulb moment or one little gold nugget of information that will help you to make more money online. I hope that you got it from this webinar. And even if you decide you are going to try my system on your own, I wish you all the best of luck for it. And remember, if you take action with it, if you stop making excuses, then you are going to be the person that succeeds, and I have no doubt about that. If other people with less skills, less abilities than you can do it, there's no reason why you can't do it. Remember, I guarantee your satisfaction. I guarantee that I'm going to help you, and I firmly believe that this is the best way that I can help you to be successful as an internet marketer and reach your goal of becoming a six-figure marketer within 1 year. Right, so I say thank you very much to everybody. I will see you again in our next webinar. I wish you all the best of luck. Take action and you will be successful. Thank you for watching.